Hello and welcome back to ASX Market Watch. I must say it's absolutely fantastic to have you here and watching the ASX Top 200 today, and just a little bit of analysis as to where the market might be heading over the next week, and just to see where it's at the moment. Also, apart from the ASX Top 200, I will be looking at Rio Tinto, which is RIO on the ASX market. Now, this is just one, it's actually a trade that I've taken recently, so I mean it's not really too much in profit at the moment. So yeah, I just thought I'd have a look at the reasons why I took that trade and how it's going, and you know what you can actually do to sort of mimic that sort of trade if you wanted to, and what rules you might want to use. So really simple stuff, and again, it's absolutely fantastic to have you, so thank you so much for joining me. But first things first, let's have a look at the ASX Top 200. Now, anyone, again, you hear me say this every single week, and the reason I say it every single week is because this is how I trade every single week. The humble trend line. It's so simple and yet quite effective. All I've done is drawn our longer term downtrend line, which was crossed in July 2009. We've got our, which sort of signifies a longer term bull market, or basically what it means is there's no resistance to a bull market, which is a good thing. It means we should be buying stocks, because when the overall market is going up, we shouldn't really be short selling, because 3 out of 4 stocks will be following that overall market, and so it just makes sense to go with the flow of the overall market. There's an article on that on my website, which is asxmarketwatch.com. Feel free to have a read. It's good stuff. It'll help you make money, and that's what we're all about, basically. So what I've done is I've drawn the longer term downtrend line, which is crossed. We've now got our uptrend line, our longer term uptrend line, and our shorter term uptrend line here, which we're able to flatten last week. So this is giving us a bit more leeway in the market. Now, what I mean by that is this steeper trend line, it was actually a lot steeper a couple of weeks ago. We got a bit of a fake out signal, but then the market has continued to rally. So for us to be getting a short-term sell signal, so this would be our first warning. This is what we're looking for, is a warning in the overall market. If it crossed below this steeper trend line and then crossed below the previous trough, which comes in at around 4,578, so 45.78 there, or about 4,600. That's the level that we're looking for it to cross for a short-term bearish signal. So if it did cross that, I'd be looking to tighten my stops on all my long positions, just so that I didn't give away too much profit. Now, the next level, now this is the big level here, is at the longer-term uptrend line. If it crosses below this longer-term uptrend line, it's about 4,400. The market would have to travel down to the trend line and cross it. We'd be looking at about the 4,400 level at this stage. So if it does cross below 4,400, then we're looking at a bearish signal. That's when I would start taking short positions again. The reason being is because there's no trend line support left after this is crossed. So what that would mean is that the overall market would then be heading down according to our trend lines, and there would be no more resistance, so we'd want to be shorting because we'd want to be going with the overall flow of the overall market. Very simple stuff, and I hope that has helped you a little bit. But as I said, at the moment the market is happy days. I hope everyone else is logging up profits, because you know it's great to be in there at the moment. Next, have a look at Rio Tinto. This is I think it's in the top 20 actually of the ASX Top 200, so we're looking at one of the big boys here. This is one of the big players, Rio Tinto. When this one moves, the market usually moves with it. All I've done is drawn in our longer term downtrend line. This one was crossed in April 2009, so easy pickings. I mean, you could have bought when it crossed the longer term downtrend line for a longer term signal, absolutely no worries. Then what I've done is drawn in our uptrend line, because as you can see, we've got higher peaks and higher troughs, and look at how many times it's touched that uptrend line. It's just fantastic. 1, 2, 3, almost 4, 5, 6 times, and that's just in the space of 8 months. So absolutely brilliant. It loves the trend line. It absolutely loves trend lines, which is a good sign for us when we're trading with trend lines. Now, what I've done is, this is how I actually entered this trade. It was only a couple of days ago. As you can see, we've got our longer term uptrend line, but what we've got here is it's a bit of a triangle starting to form. Now you can use a triangle, you can sort of draw in a triangle with basically anything. It can be short term, it can be only two two troughs, so long as it has two troughs and two peaks, then you're fine. And we just happen to have a really long-term uptrend line as support. So we had our two peaks. So as soon as it crossed those two peaks at about $61.60, that's when we bought. And as you can see, we've had a few other bullish signals, and I'll just explain those quickly. The market has obviously had a bullish update, so it's started low, closed high. That's a great bullish signal. Then it's gapped upwards, and that's another fantastic bullish signal. But what's more, it's closed that gap. I don't know if you can see it. I'll just enlarge that for you. It's closed the gap, and then it's closed back up on its highs. So that is another bullish signal. Three different things. These are shorter term signals, of course. I prefer to use the trend lines still because they're simple, they're so easy to use, and anyone can do them. So overall, look, I hope... Oh, by the way, my stop was down here at the previous trough. So always remember to put your stop loss in, guys. Very important, because the only thing you can control in the market is how much you lose. And I think Warren Buffett famously said, look after the downside and the upside will take care of itself. It's so true, and that's probably why he's the multi-billion-dollar man that he is today. So again, look guys, thanks so much for dropping by. I must say it's fantastic to have you drop in and chat the stock market with me. I love chatting about the market, and please feel free to drop by the website. It's www.asxmarketwatch.com. You're always welcome. All the tools there are free, and it's a great way to learn about the market, and what's more, learn tools for making money in the market. So actual specific buy and sell signals, which is basically how the money is made. So thanks again guys, have a fantastic week and keep clocking up those gains.